Edit this, Tiffany.
Hello, so today's podcast is going to be our top 5 rewatches, OSTs, and our top 5 lines, along with a lot of honorable mentions. And I hope you enjoy me squirming in the later half of this podcast. Let's go! Hello and welcome back to another BL podcast with your host, Tiffany and
Saray.
Swadika. Annyeonghaseyo. Konnichiwa. Ni hao.
Your BL podcast where we welcome all she's, he's, theys, and gays, and we can't wait to talk to you about anything and everything BL.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. For rewatches?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, all of these are shows that we've already talked about except one, and that is my first one, actually.
Oh.
And my first one is My Beautiful Man. Yeah. I think, the reason I chose these, the ones I chose, is because these are shows that I think that, there's so much going on, or there's different points of view or things that when you rewatch it, you learn more things than you did before. And by rewatching it helps you learn the story better. Not just necessarily that, they're fun to rewatch because they're my favorite shows, but, you actively, understand the show better the more times you rewatch it. And so My Beautiful Man, when we get a perspective shift,
mm-hmm.
The last episode of the first season, or the last 2 or something like that, and it changes the whole way the story was. So when you go rewatch it again, you notice all these little things because now you know how the other character is thinking when they do these actions, whereas before you didn't. And so I put that as my number 1 because it really changes how you saw the story the first time you watch it versus the second, once you know the information that you now know, that they didn't give you till the end.
Mine's no shock. Mine's kind of the same thing. You have to rewatch it to understand everything. I have The Untamed.
Great show. Yep.
You literally can't watch it once. You need to watch it twice, 3 times to get every little thing because they put so much detail.
Mm-hmm. And it's extra, it's really cool with The Untamed because The Untamed is almost 2 shows in one because you can split it into 2 sections of past and future / present, you know what I mean? But because of that, that's why you have to rewatch it so many times because there's a lot of things going on in the future that are happening because of what happened in the past. Or the same thing might be happening that happened in the past and the future, but it's different now because the feelings are different because of what happened.
I guess you're number 2?
We've talked about this, I think one of the last episodes, because I'm not sure which country this episode was in, but 180 degrees longitude passes through us. The way it's written, it reminds me of poetry.
I think I need to rewatch it.
You?
Yeah.
It's so good. I couldn't remember if you'd watched it or not, but it is so good, isn't it? And it's so beautifully shot.
I guess my second one, Until We Meet Again.
Yes.
The reason why you have to rewatch it is because the storyline and the plot's a little tricky.
Mm-hmm. I think this show is great to rewatch because the first time you watch it, at least for me personally, I also love rewatching this show. And I really like it because the first time I watch it, I'm focused on Parm and Dean. And I get really engrossed in their story. I'm always obviously paying attention to everybody else's story, but my main focus is on them and their story and their emotions and their intensity and what they're going through. And then the second time I watched it, I focused on Korn and In Touch and their story. And I got to appreciate their love and intensity so much more the second time around that when I watched it again the third time, Parm and Dean hit me even harder because now I know I fully felt the previous love because I felt it the first time I watched it, but because the second time I watched it, I felt it intensely. So then the third time I watched the show, I got to feel the fullness of both of those relationships.
Yes, I actually was the opposite. I was so focused on Korn and In Touch's relationship beforehand, and you're just they were just so perfect for each other at that, but it was just the wrong time. And it couldn't happen. And
on his birthday!
Oh my god, yes! And the fact that it was on his birthday.
And they just got in a place. I was wrecked.
Yeah, they had everything going for them. And that's the thing that got me. And then watching it again and watching it just solely for Palm and Dean's story. And you're just I got like completely gutted because I'm just like they went through so much.
Yeah, my number 3 is The Untamed. So
Yes.
this one because it's so good. Definitely needs to be rewatched once a million times. You know, you could ever once you watch it once, I feel like you're in that fandom for like ever.
My next one, Cherry Blossom After Winter.
That's a good show.
I think the storyline for Korean BL, the storyline was not technically like the most original storyline.
I'm okay with that though, honestly. I feel like a lot of people want every BL to be so unique and different, but like there are so much straight representation in media that it's only a stereotype for BLs to do it because straights have done it so often. So like we need to pump out more stereotypes of with like the exact same thing that straights do but gay. Like that's exactly what we want. Even if it is like a basic storyline, it's only basic because we've seen it so many times with the straights. So like I'm so advocating for it. I also loved that show. But like feel like that's okay.
Yes, I love the fact that it was more realistic. I feel like like the situation could have happened. So
there wasn't any like magical, not like magical moments, but like I feel like in a lot of shows there's always like he like lost his memory and forgot him, or like they actually knew each other as children and forgot and like remet. But there was like this was all just like authentic. They've known each other since kids, and they were too scared to like say their emotions. They didn't really know what their emotions were because they were so young. That's real.
yes.
My number 4 is Cherry Magic.
Ooh.
I love rewatching the show and like seeing all the subtle like both actors in this show have really great control on mannerisms, like really small like twitches or small like hand movements or like eye movements and things that they do. And I really liked like rewatching and noticing those because of they have to like have a master of those because of the kind of characters they have. Like Adachi is like really shy and twitchy and always nervous and anxious. It was really, I just love rewatching this. And then we get to see like Adachi's confidence build, and then we got the movie. So rewatching like how he acted before and after he accepts Kurosawa's love for him is really fun to see. And then like how he acts with Kurosawa as opposed to everybody else because he acts so different with him.
Yes, I have We Best Love.
Oh yes. I've rewatched both of those seasons so many times.
I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like little things here and there that you don't think about until after you finish watching, and you're just like, "Whoa, wow!" Like you, like the fact that Sam's character, I don't remember their name.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I know what you're talking about.
I kind of wish that he didn't like meet Yu's dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like all of us do.
But but then I feel so bad for Yu's character because he misunderstood the whole situation.
I get Yu's like I'm on Yu's side in this situation. Yes. I too would be very upset if the person that like I love and we kind of worked hard to get together didn't have faith in the fact that I loved him. So he made a deal behind my back with my dad to test our love and not tell me for 5 years just to see if we'd still love each other after. I would be very upset. I would be so mad at him.
But I feel like Yu's acting was such a like a good representation of like, yeah, you heard him. He's not gonna be nice to you.
Yeah. But you still know that he cares about him. Like it makes you it's like harder because he loves him but he's so frustrated at him. Sam's character didn't trust him. I was gonna say I love one of the things about this show, at least for me, that I think adds charm and like makes it unique. I know there's like 1 or 2 shows that also do this too, but I love that like because the actors could speak, at least Yu's actor could speak both Taiwanese and Japanese, and Sam knew Japanese. They threw in like Japanese throughout the show, and it was so cute. Like when he would be like "nani," or he'd be like "chottomate," and it was like so cute. It just added so much charm to the show because the characters got to be like a little bit of themselves as well as the character roles that they were playing, and it added so much personality and charm to the show, and I very much appreciated that.
Your next one?
My 5th one is Love in the Air. Shocker. I feel like this is always on one of my lists somewhere.
Yeah.
I just feel like the acting in this show was so phenomenal. I can't ever like talk enough about it.
Yes.
The emotions in the show were supposed to be so intense for like these characters that sometimes in a lot of shows when they try to portray such intense emotions, it becomes overly dramatic. And it becomes kind of like a soap opera, you know, where they're like almost over the top because they're trying to show that there's so much intensity and they're being so intense. But like in Love in the Air, they're able to show a lot of intensity, not a lot of like effort, you know? It's all the like subtle things. And they do it so well and it's so authentic.
I guess my last one, and I believe this was on your list or somewhere. I put Bad Buddies.
I've talked about that show before.
With like there are so many things in the show
that show's really good. I mean, I don't know about you, but that show's really good to rewatch if you want to like notice small things they do in the background to like symbolize their relationship. Because like in their separate dorms throughout the show, once they get together, half of like Prawn's stuff is in Pat's room and half of Pat's stuff is in Prawn's room, and like his little like bear or like little person thingy that Pat hugs all the time is always in a different room, like every other episode. And then there's like clothes that are on the floor that belong to like the other person, and they have like a sign from Pratt's room he put in Prawn's room. And like there's so many small subtle things about like the wardrobes and the sets in that show. When you rewatch, you'll notice more and more things. They did a lot of set work in that show.
Yes, that's what I was like. One of the points that I was trying to like get at is the fact that you were able to notice like it wasn't even like a fast transition either. It was like little stuff here and there, like So yeah, like I guess those are top 5. Do you have any honorable mentions? Because I don't have any.
Yeah, I just put I Told Sunset About You, His, and Blooming.
Since I don't have one, I'm just like 2 on top of my head right now that I'm thinking of. One is Light on Me.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I guess I would also say Love in the Air. And then I guess now we're going to our top 5 favorite OSTs. I'll go first. My first one is Nunu's My Cutie Pie.
Oh, I also just put the show. I didn't put like the specific song.
Oh, I put the song names.
Oh, okay. I just picked like the show that had either my favorite like just one song or my favorite OST like soundtrack in general.
Oh, okay.
So mine will I'll just like list off shows, but like I'll talk about the songs too.
Yeah.
My first one is Kin Porsche, and it was Slot Machine, Free Fall.
Yes.
That's such a. I'll be honest. When I was watching the show and everybody got obsessed with that song, I wasn't paying much attention to the song particularly. Like I was still focusing just on the show. And then after the show finished airing, and I was able to focus on other things, I listened to the song and was like, whoa, this is actually really good. I just was not able to obsess about both of them at the same time.
Yes, I think what got me into it was the fact that it had like an amazing like OST beginning. It got my attention. It gave me excitement to hear it every single time because I'm just like you knew Kin Porsche was on when you heard that.
Yep. I play that because that song, I mean, there's 2 versions. There's like there's an English version and like a Thai version, but I play the English version in the car with like when my roommates or like my friends are in the car all the time and they don't even know. I just like in my head, I like giggle in my head. I'm like, this is probably you.
Yeah, I'll go to my second one because it's very close to yours.
Okay.
Jeff Sutter, Why Don't You Stay?
Oh.
Can I Cry Now? And I was like, oh my god, this song is so emotional. It can be used for any sad moment in life.
Yes. He's such a talented singer.
Very much so. I enjoy his vocal tone, like the arrangement of the song. I'm pretty sure he wrote and produced and everything the song.
Yeah, I think so too. My number 2 is Big Dragon, Dancing with the Devil.
Yes!
It's such a good. I didn't really like it the first time I listened to it, just because of like how high the harmonies were. But then I re-listened to it, and the more times I re-listened to it, like it grew on me.
I guess mine? I don't know how to say his name, but it's from Oxygen, the series.
Okay.
My Oxygen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You remember the song?
Yeah.
You can go next.
My number 3 is My School President, and it's the You've Got My Back. And I like both. I like the cast version. I also like Tilly Bird's version, the original version. But I love that show. I sing it all the time. It's such a cute, like, school song, like, but it's good. It's good to, like, cheer you up.
Yes. Actually, I believe that's my dad's favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is The Luckiest Boy. That's Until We Meet Again.
Oh, okay.
Your next one?
My fourth one is I don't know the name of the song because I can only find it in Chinese characters.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the opening song for the show Guardian.
Oh, okay.
It's like I love the opening song so much. It's like one of those shows where I never skip. I just let the opening play because it's so good. The song is sung by the actors, the main actor, and he has such like an operatic voice. Like he has such like open vowels and stuff that it's so like beautiful when he sings. You're number 5.
Take 2. I'm so glad I realized that we.
Oh, that would have sucked if we had to refilm everything.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, I give myself a mini heart attack. But like I said, we go 1000's song together in The Untamed, Wu Jin. What a mess am I in. I love this song so much. Like I said, it really doesn't need lyrics, but they put lyrics in it. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It just made it better with the lyrics, and they themselves sung it.
Yes. Your number 5?
It's Theory of Love.
Yeah.
I think it has one of the most, it has one of the best entire soundtracks as a whole, like every single song in that show. But I do have one in particular that's my favorite, and that's One Day by 10 Towers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you listened to that or like know what specific song I'm talking about, but that song is so beautiful and is so like light but like impactful, which is exactly what the show like is. So, I don't know. I love the entire soundtrack for Theory of Love. It's so emotional and smooth. It's very smooth music. But yeah, One Day by 10 Towers is like my favorite on the soundtrack, but I love that entire soundtrack.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have 2. I have To My Star and then The Untamed.
And I have Light on Me.
Yep.
And I guess you can go first with your top 5 of BL lines.
For my first one, it is from the show My 12%. You're probably guessing what scene I'm going to do. But my favorite is when he says, I have something I want you to know. I love everything about you. I love your voice. I love your eyes. I love your ears. I love your nose. I love your mouth. I love your teeth. I love your body. I love your hands. I love when you talk. I love when you smile. And I love when you laugh. I love when you're happy. I love the way you are.
Oh my god! I'm serious.
I love, that's one of my, I think I don't know, I haven't like sat down and really thought about it, but off the top of my head, that's one of my favorite confession scenes because he's not just saying he like loves him, but he's listing off every single part of him that he loves, and at the end, he just says like, "I love who you are." It has like, I do love all of these things about you, but at the end of the day, none of those matter because I love you for you.
Oh my god, I wasn't prepared to get hit in the feels. I love that scene so much. I'm literally like happy, sad because I'm just like, if Santa leaves and like actually does debut, I'm pretty sure that puts an end to Santa and Earth.
I know. But he's such a good actor. I hope he doesn't leave. Like, I mean, I would be very happy for him because he seems like this is what he really wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the selfish part of me wants to like keep him.
I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be. I just want him to act with Earth still.
I hope he like. I want him to have all his dreams and be an idol. But I hope like I want the BL community. Hopefully to be a place that he can always come back to and like have a safe haven or fall back on if for some reason something doesn't work. We're always welcoming to him. We're always here for him.
Oh.
Yeah, you're number 1?
Yes. Still not over yours. Let's see. On my list that wasn't erased.
So the first time you realized that Vegas could speak really good English.
Yes, basically.
Okay.
When he says Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
I was like, the way he just said it, I didn't even think that you can make it sound sexy. And he said it!
He just has one of those voices, because it's anything he says.
True. 100% true. Should I say the context behind why he said that if people haven't watched it, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Because, like, mine are, like, longer, because you had just had, like, one sentence, so...
Yeah, I was thinking one sentences, but then I was like, I should have picked something more.
So I just felt like, sometimes it's hard, because, like, you don't have the context,
So here's the explanation behind Saved by the Bell. I really didn't say it well while this was recording, and so here's me trying to explain it way better. So, context. Vegas comes and sits by Kin, taunting him about Porch, saying basically, oh, are you sure Kun, which is his older brother, gave back Porch? And then going on and saying, I think it was you that begged for him back. And before anything more could happen, Tay and Time come into the picture, and that's where he says Saved by the Bell. Okay, all good. Bye. Still try to play it off, though.
Yeah, because his friend walked up, so Vegas left.
Mm-hmm. Your second one?
My second one is from Life, Love on the Line. I think I've talked about it before, because it's one of my favorite parts of the show. But it's when they're on the beach, and, like, the sun's shining behind him, and he looks at him, and he goes, on that day, amidst the sunrise, I realized something. That I loved Yuki too much. And after realizing that, I put a stop to it. I shouldn't love him any more than this. And when he said that, like, my heart broke. Because he, like, realized for the first time what love actually is and what love felt like. But he felt like he shouldn't feel that because Yuki was a boy. So he broke his own heart and Yuki's and pretended that, like, he didn't love him.
I'm still not emotionally prepared for that one.
I feel like all of mine are going to be like that. They're all very emotional moments in all these shows. They're, like, all pivotal turning moments.
Oh my god. Your list is going to make me cry every single time. Yours is like a band-aid. Just okay, let me get my second one. But I want to find the actual quote now because it's going to drive me crazy.
Okay.
So it's from Until We Meet Again. In Touch and Korn are talking to each other. In Touch talking, saying, if we die and we are born again, do you think we'll find each other? Korn goes, yes. In Touch goes, really? Korn goes, yes again to reassure him. Then Korn goes, I'll search for you until I find you. In Touch goes, promise me that we will always find each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then flashback ends.
And it hits even more because...
The promise.
Dean has been looking. Like, he fulfilled that promise. He's been looking his whole life.
Yes. I don't know where I've seen this or I heard about it. The fact that he was looking since he was a kid and always was lost and was like
his, like, cousin or his friend that owns the restaurant tells Parm that. When he's like, he's always been looking for someone since he was a kid. And then, like, Dean comes and sits down and he's like, did you find that someone? And Dean, like, looks at Parm and is like,
Yes. Okay. That's my favorite part in the show where he said promise.
My number 3 is from Guardian. Feel like I'm doing a real good job of promoting this show.
It is.
But this is at the very end of the show, so I don't know if this will give anything away, but, like, it's one of the last lines spoken in the show. But it's really good, and it's, I looked for you for 10,000 years. Finally, I found you. No matter how long it takes, no matter where we go from here, there will be a day we will meet again. And then the other character goes, okay.
Oh, no!
The timing of when this is spoken is important. But I love this line so much, and it's so full of emotion. if you ever watch the show.
I'm gonna have to watch.
That's why it's said at the end, because this is a good show to rewatch because they say this at the end, and then if you restart the show again, there's something that happens at the beginning you'll be like, oh. So, like, yeah. I have
to watch this show. I have to watch it now.
It's so good.
Oh god, I'm gonna do something a little bit more lighthearted now. And this doesn't need a lot of context, and I don't need the full thing for it because it's just a word.
Okay.
So this one was a part of 1,000 Stars. It's Tian saying to Pua and teasing him basically, and it's when he goes, "Oh, it's the Green Giant."
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe because I'm a kid at heart. But when he was, like, teasing him about Green Giants,
Mm-hmm.
It's like I had laughed. I was hysterical, like a little kid, like ah, you know. But it also even hit even worse when Stefan, she also called him
Mm-hmm.
giant.
When he gave him like the little scent bag, and we got the flashback that Torfan used to call him that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure in the book she's never said that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that because that's what he reminds him of. And I'm just like, dang. Green Giant will forever be my. Just every time I see him now, I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Green Giants.
I always think, when I think of like a fun moment from that show, I always think of when they're drinking coffee. And he's like, "How's your coffee?" And he goes, it's good. It's strong. I like them strong." And then he goes, "I'm strong too." I was like, "Oh my god." I'm going to be like, "Control yourself, sir. It is 5 in the morning."
What's that thing? It's like 10 o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Your next one.
Okay, so my next one is one of my longer ones. It's from Love in the Air.
Okay.
Okay, and it's between Pea Pie and Sky. In the last episode, he says, "Pea Pie, can I be only yours? Please don't give me to anybody else. I'll do anything. Can I only be with you?" And then he says, Pea Pie is like, "Just cry if you're suffering. I'm right here. I'll wipe away your tears. Let it out. Don't hold back. I'm here with you. I told you to cry. I'm begging you. Let it out. Let me take care of you. Why?" And then Sky's like, "Why are you crying, Pea Pie?" And he says, "Because you don't cry. If you can't cry, I'll cry for you. I'll suffer. I'll suffer for you. If you're in pain, I'll be in pain too. Let me cry in your stead." I was like, oh, I liked that scene.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I need a comfort object.
Mm-hmm. I just love when he was like begging him to cry, and then he was like, "Pea Pie, why are you crying?" He's like, "Because you're not crying. And if you can't cry, I'll cry for you."
That's so emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Sky can't comprehend the reason why.
Yeah, well, because he like numbed himself. He was like disassociating.
And just remembering that scene, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's such a strong and powerful scene, though.
It really is. And it shows, like, we always got to see, like, how Sky was affected, but we really get to see, like, what happened to him. And, like, we get to see, like, what kind of state he's in. Like, he's in really bad shape, and he needs somebody like Pea Pie to, like, help him. And we get to see how much Pea Pie cares about him.
My number 4 is Earth Mix, again. I know old people like to eat ginger. It's okay. I'm already old. What about you? You seem to like eating ginger like old people. No, I like old people.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally my favorite scene.
So teasing and playful.
Yes!
That's like them in real life, though. Like, I feel like that was Mix. I don't know. That was just Mix. He's made fun of Earth for being old, like, in real life.
I think that's why I like it so much, is because it's so them.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I feel like even without the show, let's be real here, he probably would have said that either way.
Yeah.
Your next one?
My number 5 is it's called Long Time No See. This is between the two main characters, and they're kind of going back and forth. And he says, "Tell me, why are you here?" And the other one says, "I'm sorry, Hyung." And then he says, "What are you sorry for? Tell me the truth now. Otherwise, I'm seriously going to kill you. Have you tricked me? You've approached me with some sort of intent. Is that it? To kill me?" And then the other guy just goes, "I'm sorry." It was so, like, painful, because the other guy was so in love with him, and, like, his trust got completely destroyed.
I swear you're like left, right, right in the center.
Mm-hmm. And, like, the other guy can't do anything but keep apologizing. Mm-hmm. And, like, saying that he loves him. Because he knows he did lie, and there's nothing he can do about it. So he's just like, "I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
I was not prepared for that one. For all yours, I wasn't prepared for. It hasn't actually came out yet, but I just love the fact the way he said it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Step by Step.
Oh, okay.
It's the trailer, and he goes, it's my own place."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, tell me what. I was like, yes. I was like, Zaddy.
This show's so good so far.
Yes, it really is. I think it's 3rd episode in already, 4th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're waiting for the 4th. The older guy they got him to play for him, Daddy, and then The younger one, I really like the younger actor's lips. He has really attractive lips. They're like very voluptuous and full.
So let's do your honorable mentions, and then
Okay. The first one, I'm not even gonna try to attempt the Japanese name, but the English name is Of Ants and Umbrellas. For the line, it says, "While his bat goes further away, I wonder if my hand will never be able to reach him again."
poetry.
So that's my first one. Yeah, that's my first one. My second one is Love in the Air again. It's like the second to last episode, and it's when Pea is reading off Sky's thing, and he says, "Can you not look for anyone else? Can I be the only one for you? I might be boring, unpretty, uncute, but please don't get bored of me. Don't say the word like to anyone but me. Don't leave me. Only buy foods for me. Don't leave me. Only be kind to me. Only take care of me. Only buy foods for me. There's nothing good about me, but I'll do my best. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Please don't like anyone else. Please like me. Please love me, Pea Pie." I have that one on there. My last one is Your Name Engraved Herein, and it's a song that one of the main boys wrote for the other main boy. He says, "Out of everyone, you came into my mind. I've been trying so hard not to think of you, but the memories brought me back again. Your name engraved herein, making time go by without a trace. I decided to love only you for the rest of my life. I hope that the world would stand still so missing you won't be a luxury." And I chose that one as my last one.
I think it's time to go to bed. I'm so glad that we have different perspectives on lines. Because I feel like mine were a little bit more lighter than yours. So my honorable mentions. So the first one is Vegas's. I'm pretty sure I don't think it's in the show, but it's in like the trailer, and it's a spicy one where he goes, "I will consume you."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, again, anything that Vegas says, I fall for. I swear, if Vegas was a real person, I would be dead already.
Mm-hmm.
So this is again Until We Meet Again, and this is very interesting because it's I don't think it's necessarily Palm and Dean more than it is Corn and In Touch talking. Well, I should say it's more Dean talking to In Touch in like episode like 16.
Oh, when he like finds him with the gun.
Mm-hmm. The line before everything gets really heavy. In Touch is like, "You're a liar. How dare you? How dare you kill someone that I loved? You bastard. You lied. You're a bad person. You lied to me. You're a liar. You bastard. You're a liar." And then it goes on. More tears per page.
Mm-hmm.
And then my last one is it's Color Rush. It goes, "I like how you get defensive when teased and sigh as you let things be. I also like how easy it is to provoke you, but I couldn't tell you any of this because I was scared it might drive you away." I just love the little cute confession that he had.
I think I was like thinking about it because you had a lot of Vegas on there. If I was gonna choose any scene, I honestly think my favorite Vegas scene is when Vegas meets Pete again after Pete got free, and he's like, "I thought you were gonna shoot me. Come on, shoot me." He's like, "Shoot me!" And then he gets close and he's like, "You can't you? Can you?" And we both know why. And he's just like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And then like a hug.
I was gonna put more Vegas on there, but I was like, no, Vegas. I could literally have a whole thing just for Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Did it. Another episode down.
Yeah.